Good morning, all you beautiful people out there watching my videos. I appreciate you. And yes, I'm doing this mostly because I found out today that my sister hears me through the floors when I record these. So there you go, Hannah. All right, we're starting chapter 38. Forgive me, I just ate a jelly bean. I like jelly beans. And my uncle's wife got me these. I ripped the bag upside down, so I can't really show you, but they're Brock's spiced jelly bean or jelly bird eggs. They're a bit bigger, you know, good sized jelly bean. But instead of the normal flavors, it's like cinnamon are the red ones instead of cherry or strawberry or something. So they're, all the flavors are like a spiced flavor of some kind. But I like jelly beans. All right, question for today. I know I said I had one for tomorrow, and I still do. This one kind of goes off of a little bit yesterday. Instead of horror movies, there's a lot of talk about violence and things that we see in movies and shows. But the thing that I've heard a lot growing up, especially since I was a big fan of them, still am, violence in video games. They're rated different ages for different reasons, and for good reasons. Some kids, if they are exposed to violent video games early, then their behavior is going to show that. I don't believe that video games are the cause of, a lot of the violent behavior in the world. Maybe one or two here or there, but I think that there's a different issue. But I do think that it influences behavior, is what I'm saying. So, I think that when video games are played at the correct age, some people are okay with the more violent aspects of them, the more mature themes of certain video games. Some people aren't, though. There are even some people, like I had days when I played games, and it usually was when I played competitive games, and I think that's where a lot of the problem comes from. Is the violence isn't the key that sets people off to act badly. It's the competitiveness and doing games against other people, trying to prove that you're better than other people, knocking other people down when you think that you're better than them. It all stems from this sense of competitiveness that you find online, and then a sense of anonymity that you have as well, because you're not going to see anybody that you play against online in real life unless it's a private game with like your friends and you create it. So there's just a lot of different things that can come from video games, and I think that the age ratings are there so that the right people play the games at the right time. You don't let a kid play a mature video game. That's why you literally have to show ID. If you don't look like you're over the age of 17, you have to show ID or have a parent there with you to buy the game. I don't think anybody under that age should be, playing the game. Same as I don't think anybody under the age of 17 should see an R-rated movie. There's just certain things that like you don't show kids. You have to wait until you're an adult and know how to deal with it and to understand why you're watching what you're watching. So I think that's a big thing that we have going on today, that people sometimes, all right, I shouldn't say sometimes, frequently do incorrectly for their children. um, I was never allowed to watch R-rated movies until I was 17. And even then it was gradually incorporated into like certain movies I still was not allowed to watch. It was all PG, and then even some PG-13 movies. There's a difference between watching Spider-Man, that's PG-13, because there's blood and like punching people, and then other kinds of PG-13 movies. So like even then I wasn't exposed to every PG-13 movie, um, and every R-rated movie when I did turn those ages. So I think there's a time and a place, and you have to be the right kind of person to be able to watch and play certain things, without letting it impact your life negatively. So I don't know. I feel like that turned into more of a life lesson. But what is your opinion about all of that? Not just what is your opinion about my opinion, but what's your opinion about video games, movies, the ratings that they are given, and when people should watch them, that kind of a thing as a whole. All right. All right. So the reading for today, we're starting chapter 38. Like I believe I said, it's the altar of burnt offering. We just have the quick 7 verses here. Like I said, the next few are going to be on the shorter side, especially tomorrow. We have the one verse. So yeah, so let's get the altar of burnt offering for today. They built the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood, 3 cubits high. It was square, 5 cubits long, and 5 cubits wide. They made a horn at each of the 4 corners, so that the horns and the altar were of one piece, and they overlaid the altar with bronze. They made all its utensils of bronze, its pots, shovels, sprinkling bowls, meat forks, and fire pans. They made a grating for the altar, a bronze network to be under its ledge, halfway up the altar. They cast bronze rings to hold the poles for the 4 corners of the bronze grating. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. They inserted the poles into the rings so they would be on the sides of the altar for carrying it. They made it hollow out of boards. All right, so they built the altar of burnt offering. Acacia wood, dimensions, bronze instead of gold this time. And poles carrying, rings and the such. I'm not saying that it's not important, but there's a certain design that I think everything the tabernacle was going for, and we know what it is. So yeah, so there's our video for today. Thank you everybody for watching. Please, keep commenting. I got a notification that Kai commented. That's my fiance. She commented on my one yesterday about horror movies, and I know it's just going to be funny to read because I know she's not a fan of horror movies, and it gives me a little snippet of what she said on the notification, but cuts off after the first few words, and it said something like, "I am personally not a fan of horror movies, and you'll know this," and then it cuts off. So I can't wait to read what her comment was, but yeah, just keep sharing it. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Facebook. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Interact with things so we can get our videos going out to other people. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, which will be Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, because today's Monday for me, so tomorrow will be Tuesday, but today will be Tuesday for you. All right, I'll see you guys Wednesday morning.